What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Mint Condition. We're so excited to be here with you today. Here on this podcast, we talk about how to scale your business in all things tech. I'm Jason.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're talking about all of the things that we are offering all of our patrons, all of our clients, and all of you good people watching out there today. As you notice, we do have a laptop in front of me today just so I don't miss any of the unbelievable information that I have for you guys. But to kick us off, let's go over the things that you guys would expect that we do, like custom builds.
Custom builds are actually really awesome, especially with what we offer. So I want to touch first on custom website builds, because that's one of the areas that we really excel in. What sets us apart is we really focus on creating marketing-centric website builds that convert. You know, we're all about the marketing side of the business, ensuring that your website can convert to leads and revenue. You know, we do create beautiful websites. Our design team is, they're geniuses at what they do. They're really good at what they do, and they do create beautiful sites. But at the end of the day, those sites are very intentional with how they are designed. So they're built in a way that ensures that we're speaking to your target personas in a very specific way, based on how they want to be communicated with and educated through your content, so that when they're going through your website and all your content, they're actually educating themselves to become a buyer. Or actually, on the other side of the coin, they might be educating themselves out of buying, and that might sound counterintuitive, but you also have people you don't want buying your products, because they're the ones that are the naysayers. But you do have your customers or your prospects that are going to become your raving fans. And the way that we build our sites and design our sites is to ensure that we create raving fans. So it starts with branding. So we have a whole branding team that helps brand your business. And then we have a design team that works with branding to then design your website with these marketing principles in play. And then it moves on to development. And that's, the exciting part. You see the design come to life in development. You add all the movement and the momentum of the site. And then after development, you then hit the actual delivered product, which is really awesome. You have a marketing-centric website that converts.
Now, businesses are not all created equal. We understand this. There's varying levels and varying steps to the success of your online business. But we do want to maximize the level of education that we're giving your personas, because behind all of that, this is the one, if not few, of the platforms that you can actually control.
That is actually the best part. A lot of marketers are like, dude, you got to kill it on Facebook and YouTube and all these other websites. That's all they are, it's just websites that you don't actually control. So if you're putting all your marketing dollars and your effort into Facebook or Meta, and let's say they shut down tomorrow, or Twitter or whatever, and they shut down, everything you've built is gone. Now you might be saying, oh, they're never going to shut down. But, MySpace?
Happens.
There's Friendster.
Happens.
See? People don't even know what those are anymore. But the businesses that invested heavily into those older systems, that's all gone. And so they had to start over, and that's where we don't want to go down that road. We don't want to send our clients down that road. So let's invest into building a marketing effort on a platform you control.
Yes. And then, like I was saying, all businesses are not created equal. So there are varying aspects to it that you have to pay various amounts of attention to. Some businesses will need API integration. Some businesses will find that a mobile app will be super successful for them early on as opposed to later on. And it's all too easy for any one of us to say, okay, I need this one thing, get that one thing, and then move on to the next without giving it the love and attention that it needs. So with that being said, we do offer API integrations. We do offer mobile apps. Actually, there's probably more important reasons why somebody might need a mobile app than I covered here. But,
yeah, you kind of brazed right by it.
I definitely did.
I do want to touch on these, because API integration sounds exciting and sounds also kind of like, what the heck is that?
Yes.
It's not really what it is. It's what it provides. And this is how we're able to say we create time for you. We're able to automate the items in your business that your team is working on that may be just busy work. Stuff that can be repeated consistently through an algorithm that we create. We're able to automate that, which is essentially the way that you can create time by taking that off their list or your list as the owner and allow you to work on your business, or even better, allow that assistant or whomever is on that team doing that work to focus on revenue generating activities versus busy work.
Can you give me an example of API integration that would save somebody some time?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say you have, actually I want to use a specific use case.
Okay.
So an integration that we built was for a company that had an authentication website for their point of sale system for their studios. And then you had the website authentication, and they were separate.
Okay.
Two different things.
Okay.
So it took support hours to answer all these questions as to, hey, I have a login here, why don't I have a login on this other site? Mm-hmm. So it's two very unique websites that someone wants to have access to if they're on both, but
right.
they're confused. So
right.
you have a confused customer, you can actually lose customers this way. Like, you guys just don't have this together. So what they engaged us for on this project was to actually use one sole system of truth, mm-hmm. the point of sale system, and then we were able to build an integration that authenticated the website user with the point of sale system to allow access to the website.
Yes, very true.
So now they have one login. The support team has opened up because they were getting tickets consistently every day, multiple per day. I mean, we're talking about a big franchise business. So they're all over the United States and internationally, they were getting support requests. You can imagine that's hundreds per day.
Yes.
And so this alleviated all that time. Now the benefit for them was that now their customer service team isn't inundated with this kind of like canned response of like, hey, well, it's two different websites. Now people can authenticate, and they're actually not getting any of those tickets anymore for that specific purpose. So now the customer service team, actually they actually didn't have to hire on more customer service people to support all that load. They were actually able to pull people out of customer service and put them on other revenue generating activities, essentially creating time for the business and creating more revenue for the business, because now those people aren't having to focus on this incredible amount of tickets for something we were able to fix.
Very true. Thank you. That was actually a great example. And as he was touching on earlier, everything kind of works together when it comes to your online business. It's better to focus on multiple things that play nicely together than to focus on one thing, get it done a certain way before you move on to the next. And so what he had touched on earlier was the branding and marketing aspect. And as I said earlier, not all businesses are created equal, neither are we as people. So we move at different speeds. Some people understand I need a website and they're ready to get it moving. Some people think about, well, how's that website going to look? How do I want it to portray me as a person? And they take their time deciding on when they're going to do it, if they're going to do it, how they're going to do it, and who they're going to do it with. After that decision is finally made, well, how do people find you? What's that next step? So we offer branding, we offer marketing, we offer copywriting, we offer SEO. All of these elements are key. Not one is more important than another. They all play together in the same playground, and when they do, that's when you blow up Shuaib. And that's what we want to do for you and your business. We want to blow up Shuaib you. We want people to be like, how did I not know about these people? How did I live without this service? So that being said, we're now offering a branding package that includes logo design. There are a lot of people out here without logos. So if you don't have it, don't be afraid to say you don't have it. Let's get it made for you.
And it's important to nail that logo. I mean, that's the first thing that people are seeing, and they actually judge your brand on it. You can tell a whole brand's culture and what they're about just from their logo. In fact, the logo actually translates into the entire company's brand, like I just said, but also to their website design, into their packaging, if they have physical products, into digital design and whatnot. So it's funny because what you just said about blow uptuating your business is such a funny word. I love that word. It actually lends itself well to Launchpad.
Yeah.
Launchpad is actually all of this stuff put together and kind of a blueprint for what to do in your business in 2023 to really just blow uptuate it up.
Yes, quite literally. So if you are curious to learn more about the Launchpad, give us a call. You can reach us at 866-543-9988. But we do have an upcoming podcast episode on Launchpad and all that it offers too. Marketing-centric copywriting, detrimental to your business. If you don't know what it is, it's okay. We'll break it down for you. But just think of copywriting in general. We have creatives in this world, and we have speakers in this world. And there are 1.5 million people that have said things like, I'm not a salesman. Okay. If you're not a salesman, you're probably scared of stages too. If you're scared of stages, that means you're not a speaker. And that's okay. We won't force you to get up and speak to anybody before you're ready. So find somebody that can put things in a way that everyone can understand and want to ask you questions. Maybe you're just not the icebreaker type. You need somebody else to do that. Hire a copywriter that can make that happen for you while you're sleeping. While you're sleeping. Because people are going to be coming to your site all the time. If your SEO's done right, your branding's done right, your copywriting's done right, your machine is working for you without you having to think about it. So you have to be ready when people are ready to approach you with questions.
Yeah, I mean, this marketing-centric copywriting is really the solution that I mentioned earlier, with communicating to your audience in the perfect way, educating them, and also communicating to them in the way that your top personas, need to be communicated with. And also realizing that even in one persona, they could be communicated in 4 different ways. And that's where they really excel. So now your website can speak to your top 3 personas, but then also speak to all 3 in the 4 ways that they need to be communicated with.
What's beautiful about everything we've discussed up until this point is we offer all of these things separately and in packages. So if you're hearing things that you know you need, but you're also hearing things that you know you already have, let's just have that conversation. We offer all of what we're talking about today, and we can definitely find a way to get it to you in a place where you'll be happy.
One thing we didn't touch on under custom builds is actually our mobile apps.
We didn't?
No, we didn't.
Man.
So our mobile apps are super cool. We're able to create mobile apps for your business that help your customers actually communicate and work with your business. So our business mobile apps are really awesome because we're able to implement things into your business. This is kind of the API integration, the website build. It all kind of comes together in a mobile app as well, so it can communicate with your different systems and do things to make it easier for your customers to interact with your business. For sake of example, booking sessions and whatnot if you have a booking type of company. Another way we saw this work really well is with educational companies, where they have an online membership, they have online courses, and we've made apps where your students, essentially in this case, your members are able to take their courses on their phone, on the go, wherever they're at. They're able to download the videos so that they can watch it when they don't have signal, and there's no ability for them to share those videos like there is on the web.
Yeah.
So those are really powerful for really ensuring that you're taking care of your customers with the way that they want to interact with your company.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you guys firsthand, when it comes to the conversation revolving around mobile apps, I get 1 of 2 people on the other end of the phone. I either have people that say, I know I need an app, I've had an app before, let's do this, or I get people that think, am I really going to utilize that app? Like, is it really going to be that much help for me? It sounds expensive, and sometimes it can be expensive. But let's just think about where we are in today's world, right? We're in a place where it is hard for you to drive down the street without somebody crossing said street with their phone in their hand, and they never even look at you. They're crossing the street like this, never looking up, and the whole time they're doing that, they're either on social media, where they could be seeing your ads, or they're on your site, where they could be making a purchase.
Or in your app.
Or on your app, which would be way easier, because it's on their phone and it's made for their phone, and people, we're conditioned. We've been conditioned.
Yeah, plus it's that perceived value. I mean, if you're killing it with your branding and your marketing, and then your website is spot on and matches all that branding, and then you have a mobile app on top of that, it just looks like, damn, this company is really investing into their business, and
Yes.
They are all encompassing. They're really everywhere with their solutions to make sure that every one of their customers are taken care of.
Which actually brings me to my next point of discussion that I wanted to hit, which is our new marketing packages. We've definitely reformatted them so that you can take the most advantage of them. And we have a social media marketing package. We also have a content marketing and the SEO package. And I brought the perfect person to break that down for you.
They're really all-encompassing. I mean, we've used this word all throughout this, all-encompassing, packing everything all over, and it's really this idea of omnipresence. And our social marketing packages really ensure that all of your efforts on the different social media channels are covered, and you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's all on us to do all of that work to make sure that you're seen on all these different platforms, which automates the whole process. I mean, we keep talking about, we create time for you. Who has time to do all this? I mean, we're posting multiple times a day on all your channels. We'll even take care of video. I mean, we'll be taking care of so much stuff that your business will be omnipresent on all those channels, and it's all locked into your branding, and everything's just going to be very cohesive, which is important because what you want is for people to see your social media and then they go to your website and it all feels cohesive. It feels like it matches, it's together, it's branded. The moment there's a disconnect there, and this is a little pointer, if your ad is disconnected from your website and they look totally different, they're gonna bounce. And so you want everything to be very cohesive and work together so that when they do land on your website from your social media, they're like, oh man, this is just an extension of what I've been reading. The content has the same voice, and everything's it just works together so nicely.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, our content marketing package, this is a really cool one where we'll actually write your content for you on your website. Now, we talked about having control over your content versus no control. The no control is a social media. I mean, you can control what's being put on there, but you can't control the actual medium for which it's put on. If Meta goes out of business, it could happen, all your stuff is gone. So we then create blog posts that's focused on education for your customers. It also is built in a way around the marketing copywriting we talked about, where it's really educating your folks and communicating in a way based off your personas to educate them and bring them through the buying process. And it's all interjected with calls to action to get more free content. And ultimately, then that feeds your sales pipeline. So it's all just super interconnected.
Yeah.
And it works to really propel your business into the future and hit those goals that you have for next year.
Yeah, let's rewind just for a second and talk about that creation of time, right? Because API integrations aren't the only thing that's going to free up time. And I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, but you may have noticed that when business starts growing and business shows to be a proven success and you're ready to ramp up and scale, things start happening fast, right? There's a lot of things going in a lot of different areas that you suddenly didn't even know that you had going on in all these different areas, and you're just trying to keep things together, right? And you may be delegating to some employees, or you may be just being very precise with your calendar so that you're getting things done at a particular time, and your entire focus is on that one thing in that moment. But when it really boils down, if you could pay somebody to give you a plug-and-play solution for certain aspects of your business, would it not be worth it, right? So when it comes to your social media, do you have the time to monitor it and make it active as it needs to be on a daily basis? Or would you prefer to have somebody that does that? And some of you may be saying, hey, I do have somebody that does that. Some of you may be saying, I have a whole team that does that. But how much time are they spending on that they could be spending on something else? We're happy to help. We're happy to jump in. We've got decades on decades of experience between the lot of us. So please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to have that conversation.
Yeah, what will help extend all of that effort further is our landing page packages. And those are really awesome because we're marketers at heart over here at Mint Media. And so we want to make sure that everything we do on your website and for your brand is really leading towards that conversion aspect. Because we want to fill up your pipeline or your sales team's pipeline. We want to fill up your CRM with leads. And because all this translates to revenue, and that's our only goal here, is to ensure that your business is increasing its revenue, increasing its leads, increasing your sales pipeline.
Now, I want to talk to you about development packages. And I know that might sound a little bit confusing because I just told you that we do custom builds and I told you that we did mobile apps, and all of that is development. Yes, but when we talk about development packages, we're talking about something just a little bit different.
We have developed two versions of our development packages. We have our maintenance package and our priority package. And the awesome part about our maintenance package is that it covers the maintenance side of your website, ensuring that there's no bugs, or we can jump into any bugs that may happen, because they do. There's nothing stopping other people from creating issues on your website, let's be honest. And we're there to be able to jump right in. As part of all these packages, we also have website monitoring to ensure that we know, likely before you do, when there's an issue on your website, because typically what happens is you have customers write into customer support complaining that your website is broken, and then you go and check your website and you're like, dang it, it's broken, what do I do? Let me contact a random development team to attempt to fix it. Well, we're the ones that will see it before your customer even sees it, because of the way we monitor your website. And then we're able to jump right in and fix it. Now, our maintenance packages cover just minor development, meaning like we could use it to build new pages if you'd like to. They're basically blocks of hours at a reduced hourly rate that allows you to get into each of our sprints. And so our turnaround time ends up being extremely fast. And so you can use this time just for development. So it's like new pages, updating plugins, fixing issues on your site, fixing bugs, jumping in right away if there are server specific issues. If you have urgent issues like your checkout stops working, things like that, we can jump right in and fix them. But what I'm really excited about are our priority packages, because those actually give you firsthand usage of all of the things that make Mintun Media special. You have access to all of the different departments that actually propel your brand into the future, which is our marketing branch, our branding, design, development, and any other strategy that we excel at. We're very, one of our core values is transparency. So we're very transparent about what we feel will work for your business and not work. And it's definitely conversations that we can have as part of these packages, and also be able to then apply what we've talked about and agreed upon for your business. So I'm really excited about these packages because they fully support your business and allow it to grow over time, and actually puts your focus on a medium that you control and gets you continuously updating it, upgrading, and adding new content.
Yeah, and the reason that I'm excited about these dev packages are literally because I keep going back to it. We all have different needs. So we have different tiers to each of these packages. Nobody should ever feel strong-armed into anything, which we have heard sometimes people feel. When you're working with an agency that only offers so much of something, you have to pick one or the other. And we give options. We want to see people grow, because when it all comes down to a point, our story is only as good as what you tell it to be. The last thing that we have to cover are our hosting packages, which I'm super excited to tell you guys about. And I'm sure that some of you kind of assume that agencies should offer these things, but like you, not all agencies are created equal. So with us, we have both shared and dedicated, and with those, we have varying tiers as well. The great news about everything that we talked about today is all of these are on special until the end of the year. So I cannot stress enough. Call me before the 1st. Do not ask if it's still available after the 1st. We're telling you now, we're telling you here. It's all on the table for unbelievable prices and then some.
So the last thing I want to ask you guys is, what are your goals for 2023? If we were to put you on December 31st, 2023, what did you accomplish this year? I'm hoping your goals in 2023 are so big that you're actually having a little bit of doubt as to whether or not you're actually going to hit them.
Speaking of goals, we have one last creation here at Mintun Media that we're super excited about, and that's growth commitments. So I know that I talked about how many great deals that we have going on, but attached with all those great deals, our growth commitment program, along with that, gives you added value to any one of our offerings. And our growth commitment is just you saying, yeah, I love what you guys have to offer. I want to come along for the ride. I want to see how big I can actually get. And we say, okay, let's do this for 6 months. Or we say, okay, let's do this for the year. If you're calling us in January, let's do a 12-month growth commitment. Because if we do a 12-month growth commitment, guaranteed 2024, you're going to struggle writing your goals for 2024, because 2023 is going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like I can't stress that enough. And I can tell you from personal experience, setting those goals and keeping them within your foresight and aspiring to hit them every day, it is life-changing.
It's funny you say about writing your goal or thinking about your goals every day. I actually write my goals every single day and night. And it's like such a cool practice because how many people can just mouth off their goals off the top of their head?
You write your goals twice a day?
Yep, morning and night.
So I don't do it enough.
Nope. I used to think I did it enough, actually. I would write them once a year.
Okay.
At the first of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm so awesome. I'm writing my goals. I have quarterly goals and
Yeah.
6-month and annual.
Yeah.
And then I would look at it on a monthly basis,
Uh-huh.
but I would never write them. And then I was like, dude, I need to change this up. So I started writing them every day and then twice a day. And now it's just like top of mind. Like now I know when I start my day, what am I working towards?
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And then I go to bed and I write them down right before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And I dream about those goals.
Dude, that's great.
It's
Okay,
awesome.
That's good. I will start writing them down at night. I do write them daily now. But before, I was very much like you in that at the end of the year, that's when I would write them.
Yeah.
Because it's also when I go through my bills and try to make them as small as I can. And then the next year, it would be, nothing. Or it would be like monthly goals.
Yeah.
Which were more like hopes than goals.
Yeah, exactly.
I would write it, or I don't even know if I wrote it. But if I did write it, I don't know that I looked at it after I wrote it.
Right.
So,
It's just like a Word doc saved on your computer.
Basically.
So now you write it down every day and then you see them grow over time because your belief lid raises because you're like, oh man, that actually feels super obtainable. Or maybe they're too small and so then you start thinking bigger. Well, that's the same thing with super obtainable. You want your goals to be big enough so that you're like, damn, like that gets me excited.
Writing your goals daily is super important, and reviewing them on a regular, consistent basis is super important, which is why I also want to introduce you to our product owner, Ty, who's going to be consistently making sure that you guys are keeping up with your goals, because he's going to talk to you on a weekly basis.
Yeah, come
on
on
in here, Ty.
Can you squeeze by me?
Go ahead and tell people who you are.
You might have to get down a little bit.
Hey, everybody. My name's Ty. I'm the new product owner. I joined Mintun Media a few weeks ago. Love it. It's been
killing
great.
it.
It's been fun. It's been nice getting to work with the dev team. So yeah, weekly meetings, anything that you have on your mind, we'll talk about. And also it'll allow us to have better communication so we don't have to go back and forth with emails if we have to make adjustments or if you want to make changes. Yeah, just to keep you happy. That's what we are. That's all we care about.
We are a huge team that's in constant communication with you. So if you're not hitting your goals, he's going to tell you.
I'll be on you. I'll be right there.
He's your accountability, and that's what's awesome.
Accountability buddy, right?
Yeah, I like it.
I love
Accountability
it.
buddy Ty. So, guys,
That's so
we
good.
kid you not. Give us a call. You can reach us at any time, 866-543-9988.
Also, check us out on all our social media channels.
Yeah.